Hey, Tracy.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good, good. I'm so glad you're able to join us today. It's been a long time coming, but we actually got to meet in person. My wife is a super fan of you. I've seen your stuff all decorate all over my house, and I love every last piece. But she is. She's like, I'm going back. I'm going back. And I
Yeah,
always applaud it. All
she's
right.
fun.
And she is. I know you, but they don't. So tell us who you are, Tracy.
Okay, well, my name is Tracy Rower. Um, I am the owner and designer for Soul Revival Jewelry. Basically, it's like, I don't know, repurposed. I hate that word sometimes, but reimagine vintage jewelry. So I take things and recreate it to be more current.
Right.
And it's a lot of fun. And I've been doing it for about 4 years.
Awesome. Awesome. I've seen some, like I said, I've seen her pieces and they are fantastic.
Thank you.
All right. Now we chopped it up a little bit through social media and you kind of get the gist of what we're talking about today. So I'm going to ask you the question and then I'm going to let you loose.
Okay.
All right. Like you said before, you interact with a lot of men in your day to day.
Yes.
And there have to be certain things about these men that say, you know what, he's a good guy. I get good energy from him. So I want you to think and give me 5 things you think every man has, essential things, just core things. And I want you to simplify it for you. Let's say fashion, let's say lifestyle, and let's say self-care. I don't want to say healthcare because if you're if you're doing self-care, then you don't have to worry about healthcare.
Right.
So let's go. What do you think?
Okay, so I kind of categorize them like how I would think of importance. So I definitely think manners. Today, I have an 18-year-old son. So reinforcing manners, I like old school manners, like
Right.
the old school kind. Like
The chivalry stuff.
Yes, hold
you're
the
right.
door open for somebody. A lady it doesn't matter if she's pregnant, whatever, on public transportation. If a woman's with a child, get up,
Yeah.
offer her the seat. I was trying to, have my son learn this because it is really forgotten. I don't know how many times I walk in a place and some young guy is in front of me, doesn't hold the door. I'm like,
Right.
oh my gosh, whose
Right.
parents?
It's
So
almost a lost art.
it is,
Yes.
and that's really sad.
Yeah.
So I think manners mean, that's something that is important.
All right.
Purpose.
Ah,
So a man can have a job, but if he doesn't feel purpose, I feel like he's kind of a shell, like empty sort of.
dangling in the wind. He's
Dangling
not,
in the wind, getting that
Okay.
paycheck. But I feel like if you have purpose, that kind of solves a lot of other issues,
Yeah. I was not expecting that answer. That is a fantastic
Well, I'm
answer.
deep. I'm
yeah,
deep.
Come on,
I'm here
let's
all
go. What's
day.
Yes.
All right. I think a lot of men who take care of like their nails or their skin, they think, oh, that's maybe a little too whatever,
Feminine there. Yeah.
feminine, or
They tend to categorize
But
it.
let me
Yeah.
tell you, if a man, people notice. I don't care. Like I notice if a man is well groomed or not. It doesn't
Right.
make me think one way, but I notice that kind of thing. So to me, it's something that I look at. Like, is his haircut? Is he well kept? I get it. Some people have fashion taste. That's something I think you're born with. Fashion
Right.
is something you're born
Right.
with.
Either you do it or you don't have it.
You do or you don't.
Right.
You're exactly right. But being well groomed is, I feel like anybody can learn how to do that.
Yeah, I like that one too. All right, what else you got for me?
Okay. I think besides purpose, this is closely related but different.
Mm-hmm.
Hobby. A man needs a hobby. Basically, because I don't want to be his hobby. So no, but seriously, like you go to work, should be your purpose. Like you
Right.
should be maybe driven by that or something. But hobby is something that's, I think, important because a lot of men maybe work all day, come home, eat, and watch TV.
Right.
That's not a hobby,
Yeah.
I think
That's
a
a
hobby,
routine.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily, even though I'm also in the fitness industry. I mean, I like men to be, obviously physically fit. I think it goes longevity of health and everything else. But a hobby is, to me, very important.
I get that. It definitely gives them something to work towards outside of the day-to-day routines of work and responsibilities.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, purpose and hobby kind of, can be correlated. A lot of people in the CrossFit industry, I've been coaching CrossFit for like over 13 years. And so a lot of them, they come in after work, get that emotional stress
Yeah.
out,
Work
doing
it
a
out.
hard workout.
Yeah.
But some of them then compete, and that's their hobby. It's become, some of them, if they're really good, it becomes a profession. But for the most
Yes.
part, it's a
Right.
hobby.
All right. Give me one more.
Yeah. Okay. So
What
the
you got?
last one. Okay. This is important. And my husband definitely has this, a sense of humor.
What?
Sense
A
of
sense
humor.
of humor.
Yeah. Sense of humor is important to me.
Okay.
And I think that goes hand in hand with humility, because if you can laugh at yourself, not just laugh at others, but laugh at yourself, having that sense of humor, it just keeps things, I don't know, real, fun, life. You know, if
Yeah.
you can't laugh at yourself, then
It's gonna suck. Life's gonna suck.
life's
Life is
gonna
gonna suck if
real
you cannot laugh
fast.
at yourself.
So those are like my 5 things.
Oh yeah, those are awesome. I'm surprised the manner caught me off guard, which I get it. I totally get it. You know, and then definitely having a hobby, because outside of the day-to-day, you know, running the mills, once you check all the boxes, you know, Lara doesn't want me to harass her. She'd rather me go upstairs and take her with something else. So I totally get it, and it just brings you so much joy.
Right.
When you have something to look forward
On your
to.
own.
Yeah,
on your own thing.
You're self-contained, which makes a lot of sense. So I love them. I think they were all excellent answers. Thank you so much for coming and hanging with us.
Thank you for having me and asking me.
All right, and then, you know, we're going to connect with the guys, put it out there. We'll tag you to everything, and then we'll probably circle back around and have you connect with them again, probably in July, depending on how it goes. Okay?
That'll be fun. This is interesting, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little.
Yeah.
What men? What are? Who
Well,
are the...
I mean, they're all genres.
Okay.
Diversity in the women is duplicated in the men.
Okay.
Income level, education level, skill set level, race, all these things are different, so that way we can get a more rounded, you know,
That's
idea.
good.
So
Yeah, I like that.
very intentional.